Meet the MX200, a state-of-the-art 3D printer revolutionizing plant-based food production. Engineered for precision, scalability, and ease of use. Loading your materials is simple and efficient. Our feeding system ensures a steady, even flow to keep production moving smoothly. To begin, simply insert the tray. Each tray is designed to fit seamlessly. Now just watch as the MX200 brings plant-based products to life, layer by layer, with unparalleled precision and consistency. Once printing is complete, simply remove the tray, now holding perfectly formed, ready-to-cook plant-based creations. Integrate with ease. The MX200's conveyor belt assembly seamlessly connects your printer to existing production lines.
Hey everyone, today I want to go through a bit of analysis on Steakholder Foods. I did a video quite a while back saying, they're an interesting company, might be worth looking at as an investment. More recently, probably about a month ago, there was a comment on one of my videos. Some of you were wanting me to give my thoughts, so here it is. If you want the short version, I don't think they're a good investment. I really like the technology. I think they're a really cool company. Just because the technology is great and I think that they will be successful doesn't mean they're a good investment for retail investors like us. First part of the video, I'm going to talk about their technology and where I think it sits in the different options. And then second part of the video, I'm going to go through why I don't think they are specifically a good investment. So technology-wise, Steakholder Foods looks to be positioning itself as a way to solve kind of the plant-based food texture problem, or to create texture for cell-cultured meat. They have a number of different blogs on their website. You can check that out as to some of their benefits. They talk about replacing forming technology. So what I want to do in the first part of the video is examine how does plant-based meat specifically, how do they get their texture? Cell-cultured meat is a bit further off, but 3D printing obviously is used by quite a few companies. So I do think 3D printing as a whole is a pretty good idea and technology to be pursued. With plant-based meat, we have high-pressure extrusion technology, and here's a video on that.
Here we can see the operator who is adding soy isolate into the feeder. And then the feeder brings the powder onto the double screw. This is, of course, the feeding barrel. Then the water is added. This you can see on the movie. They go through the barrels, so heating and pressure is applied. And in the last stage, the cooling stage, the vibration takes place, and then the texturized product, the high moisture extrudate, comes out of the cooling die. Now a closer look to the end product. So the end product, the extrudate, comes out of the cooling die. It's a flexible, smooth structure on the outside, but when you open it, you can clearly see the fiber structure that is formed during the high moisture extrusion process. In this case, soy is used. I will come to that later, that when you use other protein sources, other types of fibers and other structures and colors are obtained.
We also have cell shear technology, and here's a video on how that works.
In this case, I blend some plant proteins with water, and you obtain a dry dough-like mixture. This is actually what a shear cell in practice looks like. So 2 cones. The whole system in this case is already preheated, and the bottom cone starts rotating. The top cone remains stationary, and that's what the shear process looks like. Then upon cooling, you can open the whole system again and take out a sample. Often what we do is we fold these types of materials and look at the structure, and what you can see then is how the fibers start appearing.
Why am I showing you that? Because it's important to understand how plant-based foods are made so that you can understand Steakholder Foods' business model. They also sell premixes and they sell 3D printers which is just another way to create this texture. Also, as they show in one of their investor presentations, making money from their premixes, and they're starting to sell contracts for these food printers. They have a great business. I really like their business. This isn't financial advice. Of course, do your own research, make your own decisions, but in my opinion, I don't think they will be a good long-term investment. And that really comes down to one thing, the shares outstanding. But this looks perfectly fine, you may think, right? On MarketWatch, 2.82 million shares outstanding. Let's look at their SEC filings on their investor page, February 12, 2024, their prospectus. Over 36 million American depository shares, each representing 10 ordinary shares, are being resold. No value, consisting of about 30 million depository shares, exercised based on warrants. So let's look a bit more. The last reported sale price for our ADS and the depository shares, they're listed under the symbol Steakholder Foods. The last reported sale price for those was 57 cents per ADS, so 57 cents for 10 ordinary shares as of February 1st. That's interesting because the stock is trading at something very different. If we go further down, now this is worth a read, but really the thing that popped out at me was there are currently 272 million ordinary shares outstanding, not, as MarketWatch states, 2.82 million. If all the warrants are exercised, ordinary shares to be outstanding, assuming full exercise of all warrants pledged, over 634 million ordinary shares. So if MarketWatch currently says, let's just say they're correct, we have 2.82 million shares outstanding. Well, in the future, if all the warrants are exercised, we're going to have 634 million shares. That is a huge dilution to the stocks for the stock price for anyone owning it. And so this, for me, is the biggest reason why I look at it. Again, these are all listed under the symbol Steakholder Foods. This is the same ticker price that one would be buying their normal stocks under. So to me, this is the biggest risk as a retail investor. Let's do a little bit of math. If you look at other companies who are manufacturing food forming machinery, for example, you'll find that their annual revenues range from between 20 million to 200 million US dollars. So let's just say Steakholder Foods is going to make $20 million in revenue, which they're not doing today, but they are making some revenues, and they're going to be making more revenues once they sell the printers. Let's say they get up to $20 million. If we have MarketWatch, if we use their data and we say, okay, they have 2.82 million shares outstanding, that gives us roughly $7 per share in revenue. Maybe we have 200 million. We'll get up to 70. That's pretty great, right? Oh, they're a great investment. Well, if you look at their prospectus, that changes quite a bit. On their low estimate, 272 million shares outstanding, with $20 million in revenue, that gives us 7 cents per share. If we're looking at the high level, if everyone exercises their warrants, 634 million plus shares outstanding, $20 million of revenue, that's 3 cents per share. Even if they made 200 million, we're still looking at 70 cents or 30 cents. They would have to be making billions and billions of dollars in revenue in order for them to even break into the single digits. So to get to kind of what we're trading at today, if everyone exercises their warrants, you'd have to be making close to $2 billion in revenue. Maybe they'll get there. Maybe. I wouldn't bet on it based on where a lot of these other companies are in the $20 to $200 million revenue. That's kind of my analysis on it. Hope that was helpful. Thanks as always for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.